Guys, I'm here with Tamor Chalepi, who will give me his social medias, and that will be on the screen there, because that's what we do. We are about to watch the exciting trailer for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn.
I'm so excited for this movie.
You know what a Harlequin is? A Harlequin's role is to serve.
Eek.
It's nothing without a master.
Eek.
No one gives two shits who we are beyond that.
Eek. Yeah, that's rough.
The Joker and I broke up.
Yeah.
No more Mista J.
I buzzed my head
Turns out I
bald
wasn't the only one
after a breakup.
for emancipation.
Oh.
Spectacular news!
Ooh.
Oh, the hyenas!
Miss Quinn, she belongs to me.
Oh my gosh.
Who are you guys?
Wow. The cast.
Here's the deal, Quinn. You need me.
Okay.
Okay. I was like a Marilyn Monroe
After all of us,
homage.
none of us are walking out of here.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Work together.
This is what Harley Quinn does, apparently, in all of these movies. I'm a villain, but I'm gonna work with all of these people.
Isn't this fun? It's just like a sleepover. We should order pizza. Big couples. Harley.
That's so Harley.
One they should be scared of. Not you. Not Mista J. Because I'm Harley freaking Quinn.
Oh my gosh, these action scenes look amazing.
Who's having a good time?
Get ready.
Dude. Wow.
Oh, you're that psycho chick. You never call a woman chick. I'll accept blunt lady woman. And on occasion, bitch. What's that for me, will you?
That's great.
Wow. Wow. Okay, there's a lot to unload there. So I heard that the villain was Black Mask,
Yes.
who's kind of iconically a Batman villain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Has he ever went up against Harley?
Not to my knowledge, maybe. I think.
But I like that they're taking creative liberties, because I think DC's mostly been afraid to do that.
Yeah,
so.
I think this and also Joker, because are like two big risks for WB.
But this exists still in the DCEU.
Yes, this still exists in the DCEU.
Yeah.
It's also an R-rated movie too, the first R-rated DCEU movie.
Oh. Okay.
So
I think it's great that it's R-rated, because anytime you make something R-rated, of course, it makes it edgier and more extreme. But also, it can be risky, because sometimes people won't bring their people to. But then again, we've been to theaters and seen full-grown adults bringing their toddlers to extremely violent movies. So
Deadpool for one. To me, it makes sense. I think anything involving Harley or the Joker, any of the DC villains should be R-rated.
Yeah,
because
maybe they should just stick with this from here on out. This, in some ways, does kind of feel like a sequel to Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Even though I know that they're making a sequel that's also a reboot, sort of.
Like a soft reboot.
Yeah. The Suicide Squad. Yeah.
She's also going to be in.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Harley Quinn is a popular character, but I do love at the introduction of this trailer where they talked about the definition of what a Harlequin was.
Yeah. Which
is amazing that she's just like, we don't have more value than that. And then she's sort of like, but I'm not it's almost like she's saying, I'm not a Harlequin. Yeah. I'm Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
It just happens to sound the same. And I like that it looked like she had a tattoo removed in part of that trailer. I don't know if...
Yeah, for some of the behind the scenes stuff and like for the posters, like she crossed out pudding. Or she like wrote pudding cup. Actually, in one of the posters, you can see the J on her right arm. She turned into like a siren. Yeah. Which is like a little Easter egg that this is going to lead eventually to Gotham City Sirens.
Oh, yes, because I heard that is something that they were talking about. Birds of Prey, though, isn't Harley Quinn kind of one of their main antagonists?
Because she was on the TV show.
She definitely was. She definitely was. She was the antagonist of the TV show. But she's teaming up with these girls who are all good.
Right.
So
in the comics, she's not a part of the team.
How many people are in the Birds of Prey?
Because it's Huntress, Black Canary, and Oracle.
Oracle, who, at least in the TV show, was the adult Batgirl. Is that
Yes.
still accurate? Do you know?
Yeah, because there's a lot of fan theories that Batgirl will probably have a cameo at the end of this movie. Maybe. But I also know that DC's planning also a Batgirl movie, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Joss Whedon at one point was signed on
to do it. Yeah, I think the screenwriter of this film was hired to write the Batgirl movie.
That seems like a good choice.
Yeah.
At least based on the trailer I've seen here. And I love that they're sticking with the vibrant colors, although it's still very Harley.
It is very Harley-centric.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, as a Harley fan, I mean, I'm super excited for this movie. But I understand why it's so Harley-centric, because she is the most popular character. She's the character that most people know.
Yeah, and she dominates this whole thing, even though it's Birds of Prey, and she's not technically one of the Birds of Prey, but I guess in this case, she joins up with them.
Yeah. Because my theory, again, is I think this is she's like the Birds of Prey haven't formed yet, they're just forming. She's like, oh, I'll help you guys. But then in the future, she'll join the Gotham City Sirens. Again, another fan theory floating around is that there might be in a post-credits scene where the Suicide Squad tries to recruit her again.
Sure. Gotham City Sirens, are they like the anti-Birds of Prey? Sorry. I'm learning. I know so much about Marvel.
So that's the team that Harley's on. That's her, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman.
Okay, that's amazing. That's a strong...
Yeah, I would be totally over the moon if there was a Gotham City Sirens movie.
Well, I thought that there at least was definitely a high consideration for it. Yeah. I mean, I always get ahead and I hear things far in advance because I want to know what's next. But a lot of times those are merely rumors, or they're just a thought. They're not actually concrete thing. But whenever I hear rumors, I'm immediately so I heard this. I heard this is a thing. And then it ends up not being
because David Ayer, who directed the first Suicide Squad movie in 2016, was rumored to be working on Gotham City Sirens.
There you go.
I'm hoping if this film is a massive success, which I think it will be, I think Kathy Yan should take over that project.
And what is she?
She's the one who directed this movie.
He's filling me in.
Yeah.
I love how people are like, you should know this stuff because you do a movie review channel and you do all this. And it's I'm just here, guys. And I pay attention as much as I can, but sometimes when I just don't... I'm starting to get back interested into DC, but it's been a long curve. Shazam was the first time I said, oh, maybe I'll start paying attention to this stuff. Because I go, oh, this was written well.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, so was this movie? Yeah, I'm sure. Yep.
Shazam was a lot of fun.
Shazam was just strong. It was a strong...
It surprised me too, because from all the trailers, I was like, oh no, this is looks super lighthearted, and I don't want this to turn into
it was actually one of the darkest movies. There was probably the darkest
pretty dark moments in Shazam. I was like, wow, okay.
That's the best way for me. It's like the Taika Waititi route. You go funny, but you're really touching on some dark stuff.
Exactly.
Everything Taika Waititi is that way. Maybe they should have Taika Waititi just do everything, because he's pretty great.
Well, the other thing I heard from another one of my friends I was having a conversation with was, I don't know if it's true or not, that James Gunn and JJ...
barking. Sorry.
James Gunn and J.J. Abrams were going to take over the DCU.
Oh, I wonder how people feel about that.
Yeah.
I think J.J. Abrams is great, but then again, people hate him.
I don't know if that's true or not, but James Gunn would...
James Gunn is... Yeah. It's such a weird situation James Gunn's in.
Right.
It's the first time ever where they're like, he's just gonna live in both universes.
Pretty much.
And there was a time before the controversy, which honestly wasn't that controversial because it had already existed and Disney was aware of it, and they just pretended like it was new to them.
Yeah.
But I did a whole video on that. You could probably check it out of a link. There's probably somewhere in here. But anyway, it's very interesting because at one point he was considered as the future contender to take over for Kevin Feige, and now you're telling me that DC's kind of giving him
yeah, I don't know how true it is, but possibly I would...
Any possible leak is a possible leak. I mean, people do these kind of things on the internet with like Nerdist all the time or other channels like New Rockstars, and they are always saying potential spoiler alert because nothing is,
But I do find it ironic he is directing the new Suicide Squad movie, since originally the 2016 film was like supposed to be like DC's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, that's exactly what I think. That's what Warner Brothers or DC is thinking, because it's the same reason why they hired Joss Whedon to take over Justice League. But the difference is he took it over and worked from what
Zack Snyder had.
Versus,
I still want that Snyder cut. Still want
as all DC fans seem to want that. It doesn't exist, not really, but it could if people paid for it, for sure.
I know I would.
But that being said, this time James Gunn is actually starting from the ground up. Sorry, we need to talk about this movie. This movie looks great. I'm excited. Obviously, she is iconically, eternally going to be, in my opinion, at this point, at least for a long time, she's going to be the Harley Quinn that everyone's going to base everything off of. I mean, when they said that Heath Ledger was going to do Joker for The Dark Knight,
right?
People didn't give him that much flack. They gave him a little bit. They were a little confused about the casting. And then he proved himself. I think she's proven herself now.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why she's kind of the focal point of this entire movie, even though it's called The Birds of Prey. They almost could just call this movie Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn and like the Fantabulous formation of the Birds of Prey, or they could have just called it the Fantabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Featuring members of the Birds of Prey.
I mean, it's already a long title. You might as well just go with that.
Yeah.
But I think it looks exciting.
I'm excited for this movie.
I'm pumped about it. I foresee this doing really well, actually.
Yes.
And I also definitely anticipate there being a sequel. Now, here's the thing, though. Technically, Harley Quinn is the subtitle to this movie, but she's the focal point. So it's kind of hard to make a sequel to this without her being still the focal point.
Right, because the other thing I heard, the rumor, is it's part of like a Harley Quinn trilogy WB is developing. So will be this film, Gotham City Sirens, and then the third movie will be Birds of Prey versus Gotham City Sirens. Yeah.
So that's technically that's the sequel to this.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
It's the third of this trilogy.
Yeah.
Everyone's got something new. I mean, we've done prequels, we've done reboots, we've done revivals, we've done soft reboots, and now we're doing whatever this is. It's sort of sequels.
I really hope...
/spin-offs.
I'm really hoping for some more like R-rated DCEU movies.
Well, if this one does well.
If this one does well.
And if Joker does well, which I feel like it is already going to.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love a villain-centric DCEU.
I think that's kind of where they're mostly going. Outside of Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Shazam.
Because DC has a really great roster of villains. I think that'd be a great idea.
They're nice rogues gallery.
Yes.
They're lovely rogues gallery.
Yes, I'm so excited for this movie.
And I am too, because I'll be honest, the only part about the DC universe that ultimately always appealed to me was the Joker aspect to it. And even though she's not Joker, she's part of that.
Right. Another thing too is rumors that Jared Leto might have a cameo in this.
That's interesting.
Possibly. I also heard they might use some of the archive footage from Suicide Squad that they did not use for some of the flashback scenes.
That would be the most cost-effective.
Because in some of the behind-the-scenes photos that were leaked, it was like the breakup scene where he's like throwing some of her belongings out of the window.
That would be really smart.
And it's shot from far away and it's a stand-in. It's not Jared Leto, but... because he's filming Morbius or something like that.
There's been speculation, again, this is the first time I've seen this trailer, but there's been speculation, and I remember reading about it. I was trying to avoid spoilers, but it just happens, where the three of them hanging up, and one of them's male, and they kind of cover up his face, and there's speculation that maybe the Joker potentially might die in this movie, which would be crazy. At least the Jared Leto. There's this part in the trailer, and it's where Black Mask has a lot of them hanging upside down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in this clip right here, you can see
like three people hanging upside down,
right,
about to be executed.
And over to the left, that guy, it looks like that's a dude, that's not a woman, and they conveniently have things in front of that individual's face. So I'm thinking it's possible. That could
be Mr. J.
It could be Mr. J hanging there.
Heard another...
but not Jared Leto.
Not Jared Leto.
Just a
stand-in.
Hang-in. A hang-in, yeah.
Heard another theory that it could possibly be Huntress's dad, I think.
Isn't Huntress's dad Batman?
No, so this is not Helena Wayne. This is Helena Bertinelli. So she's the daughter of a mob boss. And
Why do they use the same first name?
I don't know. So yeah,
because wasn't Helena sort of named after Selena? Because it was Selena Kyle, which is Catwoman.
I think so.
Yeah, but this is not that.
This is not that Huntress. No, this Huntress is she takes on the identity of Huntress to avenge her family's deaths.
So I'm guessing that the reason why they're going this route is because they want to still tell those stories and have them be youthful. That's my theory. Yeah, that would make sense because she does appear like she might be in the shot, and if that's the case, then those could be her parents with her.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also a great theory. All right. Cool. Can't wait.
Yep.
Let's see the Joker, and then let's see Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
This is my fan theory.
What's yours?
Guys, we did it. Another episode of Fan Theory. And the only way we can stay here is because of all your support that you give us over at our Patreon, because we have one of those right over there. We also have other links you can go down there. And if you really want to see more of us, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click that bell, or else you'll never know we even existed.